Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and we're just plain living here.
Good morning, John. I want to hear the rest of that story after a while.
That's what I started to say. You know, that was a really interesting story, and we got John was telling the story, and we got cut off.
That's Jim
before
Fuller.
And I'm Peggy Burton. We're just glad to be
No,
alive.
I was talking
and
about
sitting
the. I love the History Channel, and I was talking about they've had a miniseries on the foods that built America.
Right.
And it was the Kellogg family and Post. There was a battle there. There was the McDonald's, Colonel Sanders, and the ketchup guy, the first guy to ever build, even before Henry Ford, Heinz ketchup, to build a manufacturing line, was Heinz ketchup, and he's the first one who ever put his product in a clear bottle.
Interesting.
And because they would food back in those days was so rancid, you know, there was not really good refrigeration, that they had all kinds of sauces to put on the meat to where it would even be palatable. And this sauce was just horrible, and so he developed the ketchup, and all of the sauces were put in green or amber bottles where you really couldn't see them because they had a lot of potash in them and stuff like that, bone chips, and so he made this pure ketchup, and he was the first one to put something in a clear bottle.
Good for him.
And because he was so proud of it, he
clever,
wanted to see it, and he had a manufacturing line for ketchup before Ford had a manufacturing line for his vehicles. It was just interesting, but the last thing that was on this weekend was the Cola Wars between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. And that battle, of course, continues today.
And will forever.
And it's just so interesting to see how all that stuff came about. And then the marketing, and particularly
first? Was it Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, okay.
That guy was a chemist, and he was drunk, and he was in a lot of pain, and he was trying to figure out something that tasted good, and he went through and he finally got this recipe that was really good and had cocaine in it early on. You know, it made you feel good, and he ended up dying. But before he died, he sold it to the guy who had Coca-Cola for like $300 or $400.
Wow.
Pemberton was the chemist's name, and it was just interesting to see how all of that stuff progressed.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And the battles that went on, and Pepsi changed the world when they had the Pepsi Challenge, because that's the first time anybody had put two things hidden and you got to drink them and pick the best. And a lot of times Pepsi was the best because it was sweeter. It was just a little bit sweeter. And that put them on the market. And then they got Michael Jackson. They were the first one to sign a sponsorship with a major star. And Michael Jackson just took them over the top.
Over the top.
And then Coca-Cola started putting their product in movies. And that was the first time there was product placement, not as an advertisement, but there it was.
Right.
There's a superstar drinking a Coca-Cola in the middle of the movie.
I had
it was just really interesting. The marketing aspects, the industrial aspects of all of it. It just
this probably has nothing to do with anything, but I had an email in the last 10 years from some company wanting to know if they knew I did theater and stuff like that, would I start using their product? Well, I didn't have time to deal with it. I just deleted it. But but that is a big thing, you know.
Oh yeah, because they'll write you a big check.
If you can drink a Coke on stage.
Did you know they might write you a check for that?
I just wasn't thinking, you know. I don't even know. You know, I'm leery of where do you get my name? Why do you know who I am?
Right.
Do you ever get emails that you are
every
sure
day,
are not?
day.
I mean, I got one this week where, can you help me?
My email account I have had for 20 years probably. Same one.
I have too, because I just don't want to deal with changing it.
And we use it for business, of course, and you know, and personal as well. And I get so many emails.
Oh, I do too.
Every day. To
I
the
spend my
extent
life
that
going
it's
delete,
hard
delete, delete.
It's hard to use it effectively because you got to sort through so much garbage
Just
to get
much
to
crap,
something that
yeah.
you really need to look at.
And you almost need to change it in order to get rid of everything.
Or you spend 30, 45 minutes a day
Just
trying to
deleting.
weed it, trying to weed it out.
I know.
It's
That's where I
ridiculous.
Well,
stand.
and when I got a smartphone, you know, they asked me, do you want your emails to come to the smartphone? And I said, no. And they said, well, what do you mean? And I said, you know, I might get 200 emails a day over here at the studio. I don't want that eating up my data on my telephone, because data's not cheap.
Right.
And so I have another email account, another personal email account that I really don't use much, just for that phone, to where I can send what I want from my P-Head account over there, but nothing comes to that phone.
I got an
Right.
interesting email, and it looked like it was from two people I know really well that I
Oh,
deal
yeah.
with.
Yeah. I'm familiar
And
with that one.
but it said, "Can you help me?" And then and I immediately wrote back, "What do you want?" And then I got an email back. They wanted something bought and mailed to,
Oh,
and
yeah.
money deposited, and you know.
It's scammers.
But I called my friend to make sure that wasn't them. Of course it wasn't. But that happens. It makes me mad that they can get access. They, whoever the mysterious they
Well,
are.
and they used to it came from the Caribbean,
Yeah.
but now they have local numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
have
just
local numbers.
You have to be careful.
They
That's
can
the
display
bottom
whatever
line.
number they want to on their.
Send me this little funny story. Bob Couch, before he passed away, was getting phone calls at home about this stuff, and
Yeah.
Dot told me about it. So I went over there, and they called one day, and I said, "Let me have the phone." And so this guy said, "Mr. Couch," and I said, "I'm not Mr. Couch. I'm his son-in-law." And I said, "Mr. Couch can't talk to you right now." And he said, "Well," I said, you have won
Oh yeah.
$250,000.
Right.
But you've got to send.
Send $2,500, and we'll deliver your check." And I said, "That is the greatest thing that's ever happened." I said, "My father-in-law is sick, and times are kind of hard. He's a staple in this town. His family's lived here. They have a business that's over 100 years old, and this is just wonderful." I said, "I tell you what, I'll send you $5,000 instead of $2,500. But what I want you to do is, I'm a partner in a local television company, and we have a 6-county television reach, and I want to go and have you bring me one of those big checks to City Hall.
Put it on TV.
And I want the mayor and the chief of police, and Bob, will have him up there in his wheelchair. And that's just, you just don't know how
How long
happy
did it
I
take him
am."
to hang up?
Click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never called again.
Oh gosh, John.
I told somebody once when I was running the Legion that this is years ago, and the scams used to be then. They were trying to sell you light bulbs at 3 times what you could buy
Yeah.
them for in the
Oh, yeah.
stores, and if you ever bought one, then they'd send them to you every month. And
Whether
had
you
to-
wanted them or
Yeah.
whether you wanted
And you had
or
them
not.
forever.
And I answered the phone and pretended that I was drunk. and I said, "Yeah, this is American Legion." "Oh, yeah, we use a lot of light bulbs, et cetera, et cetera." And this goes on for a few minutes. "Can I send you 50 light bulbs free or something?"
Yeah.
"Oh, I'd love that. That's just wonderful." "Well, there will be a small
Oh yeah.
shipping charge and, this kind of thing." I said, "Oh, we ain't got no money. We went broke about 2 months ago. We're just sitting around here trying to drink up all the whiskey we got left."
We're just sitting around here in the dark because we don't have no light bulbs.
Yeah. They hung up on me, of course. But,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
It
hilarious.
looks like people would finally quit doing that. Because
Well,
I
you
don't
know-
even answer my house phone anymore.
But that's all they do. That's
unless
all.
there's
You know,
a
if
message.
they can get one
Do you?
person.
I
If
just
they,
don't answer
there's
my
no
phone.
telling how many people have
Oh,
sent
yeah.
in millions of dollars. And we had a problem with it one time with somebody I know, and I went down the hall because the FBI's in this building, and I asked them. I talked to Chief Blackwell, and the FBI guy said, "Look, man, there ain't nothing we can do." he said we'd need 1 million agents to be
Yeah.
able to do something about
handle
that.
it.
There's
Yeah.
just, it's so huge that there's no way
Right.
that you can stop it.
I know, it's terrible.
And all they've got to do is get 1 out of 100 to buy.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Because-
Or to be
Billions.
afraid and send that money.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just. Oh, before we run out of time in this part of the show, I want to remind everybody that this week is the first week of high school football.
Yes.
Tullahoma High School will be playing in Shelbyville Thursday night. A lot of the games will be played on Thursday night because there's not enough officials to call all the
handle.
games on Fridays. So we'll play Thursday night. The first John Olive fifth quarter show will be Saturday morning live, replayed Saturday afternoon, and then replayed again on or Saturday evening, and then replayed again on Sunday for the next 10 weeks
Yeah.
or 11 weeks because we'll have a open date in there somewhere.
Sometime in October, I think.
Yeah. So, hey, it's high school football time, and that's a great
It
thing.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
It came around fast.
It's also the start of the Walking Horse National Celebration starts on Wednesday night, and football is on Thursday night.
Thursday
It might be a
night.
little
In Shelbyville.
Might be a little
Shelbyville's
traffic.
gonna-
in
yeah.
Shelbyville's
Shelbyville.
going to be
It's gonna be
busy.
full
That's
of
right.
people.
Right.
And I guess the hotels around here are real
Be
proud
full.
of that. They'll
They'll be
all
full
be
as it
packed
is.
up.
And then
Yeah.
this weekend in Lynchburg is that huge
That
music
big
fest,
music
2-day
festival.
music fest they're having.
Right.
And it's
So,
big. Yeah, it's a
Well,
big
they've
one.
got, I think they pre-sold 16, 18,000
No kidding.
tickets.
That's a lot
amazing.
of folks.
A lot of folks.
I kind of wonder
Yeah.
how everybody's going to filter into there.
Well, I'm
Well,
sure they're going to have, because Jack Daniels is not going to let them use any of their stuff because they're still having, Jacob worked Friday,
Sure.
Saturday, and Sunday giving tours.
Yeah.
So they've got their
got all that going
people
on.
coming in. So they'll probably be parking at Motlow. They'll probably have, I think they'll have
Buses.
transportation from Motlow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they have another huge parking area over on the Fayetteville side that where you can park and they'll bus you downtown
That has to
to
be
the
what they'll
event.
do.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what they do when
Plus,
there's
most
something
of
to
the
pull
time
them
when they
out.
have events in Lynchburg, the residents who live all around that downtown area will let you park in their yard for a fee.
For a fee.
Yeah.
I know last night we did Tennessee Traveler and Tabitha lives downtown Lynchburg and she
Yeah.
said those tickets I think for the weekend were like $200 something.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she said I can seat about 10 on my porch and I'm a block away. We can
Yeah.
I said, what's those seats going to cost?
she'll
And
make
she
some
said,
money.
a bottle of wine and no Boone's Farm.
Yeah. Right.
It should be
Hey,
fun.
one short little thing. I know I've done this before, but it just came to mind. In front of the dam you created, you thirst. Pull your thumb from the dike, drink from the waters you left behind, and be filled with life mist.
John, you're so deep.
So a lot of times we create.
But that's true.
We
Yeah.
create stopgaps ourselves to keep us from fulfilling things. And
Right.
take a look back and see what you've done that you need to undo. 'Cause
Oh,
a lot
gosh.
of times,
If I did, it'd
well,
take
but
the
a
rest
lot
of
of
my
times
life.
it's real simple for you to regain a friendship.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of things by looking at the dam you built and
Yeah.
see where you need to pull your thumb out and let some of that
And let
fresh
some of
water
it go
come back
through,
through.
yeah.
So with that said, we'll be right back with today's show.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all is forever. You'll be holding me too.
I miss Ray dearly. And I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is, The Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair to remember.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is, The Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you or at crackerbarrel.com.
An annual event started in 1939 will continue when the World Grand Championship celebration will once again be held in Shelbyville, Tennessee at the Celebration Arena. Each year, people come from all over the world to contend for the coveted honor of being crowned World Grand Champion. From the wonderful flat shod to the exciting performance horse, they will fill the ring with the breed's best of the best. The celebration supports local charities, and this year they are asking everyone to come out and support the largest nonprofit event in Middle Tennessee and the charities that depend on this event to fund their cause. Come out and be a part of a family tradition by showing your support for the annual Walking Horse National Celebration. For ticket and box seat information, call 931-684-5915.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the set now, and quite appropriate for this time of the year because we have Mike Inman, who is the Executive Director of the Walking Horse National Celebration, which starts Wednesday.
Starts tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.
Morning, right. Got to be an exciting time of the year for you,
Oh,
Mike.
it's amazing. It's amazing. The grounds are totally incredible. We go through that transformation in one weekend from a very kind of sterile, clean grounds to it looks like a festive atmosphere. It looks like a community with all the decorations and the landscaping and the banners and the flags, and it's just amazing.
You know,
exciting.
Speaking of decorating, and in case you folks, some of you folks may not know, but the barns where the horses, where they keep the horses during the celebration, there's a contest, is there not, to decorate those, and people
multiple
really get
contest. Oh yes, and there's a lot of pride. These are competitive folks, whether they're in the ring with their horse or out in their decorations. Proud of what they do. It's very competitive and great for the atmosphere.
Yeah, You are on the verge of having a huge celebration, I think, or you're not? The entries are up.
Yes, the entries are up. The excitement is up. The market for the horses have been up tremendously in this last year, better than we've seen in 15 plus years. Enthusiasm is great. I'm looking at the class sheets and saying, "Oh my gosh, you know, I'd pay to watch this class. I'd pay to watch that class." It's fantastic. Horses are already on the grounds working out this morning before I came over.
Yeah.
And again, the championship week, all the championship contenders will be stabling on the grounds, which was a great thing last year as far as bringing local people out just to watch the horses work and pick your favorite, get up close to them, touch them, and so as they prepare to get ready to entertain in the ring for the championships.
I can see that with you. If you're a horse enthusiast, that would really be nice to get up close and personal with your favorite horse and one that possibly might win the World Grand Championship.
Oh, it's exciting to be up in the stands looking down, but to come up, you know, these are such docile animals and people are so proud of them. You're able to actually walk up and see your horse and pet your horse and get your picture taken with them. Most of the horses are kind of hams anyway, and they love to get their pictures taken. So it just makes for an exciting time.
Mike, I guess you have maybe a different perspective than most executives in the fact that before you got into this, the job you have now, you actually showed horses in the celebration and other shows.
Yes, my wife and I, Karen and I both showed, and we showed, raised, and participated and attended the celebration for 27 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very special to us in my previous career, and this position really was an appeal for us because of our love for the horse and love for Shelbyville. We used to live in Dallas, Texas, and Birmingham, Alabama, and
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia, but we maintained a home here as well, and it was always special to us.
What was it? Was that horse All In? Is that the one you?
All In was the best horse that I had.
right, yeah, okay.
Yes, to ride. Won my last world championship with him the last year I showed. And, he was the best horse that I had that I personally rode, but the best horse we ever owned was Honors, who was a world grand champion.
Wait, you owned Honors at one time?
Yeah.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
my wife Karen was the first amateur to ever ride him. We both rode him before we bought him, before his coming 2-year-old year. And,
Well, Honors, in case you don't know, was the world grand champion year before last, correct?
Let's see, 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3
okay.
years ago.
All right. Okay.
But,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay. The inspection process for the horses. I noticed that we have a new deputy director of the USDA who will probably be in charge of that. Do you expect the protocols to change any as a result of having someone new in that position?
No, I do not. Our relationship with the USDA has been greatly improved over the last several years. Our compliance rate is over 96%.
Right.
That's the USDA statistics. We're very consistent with or without their presence, and we continue to have a good working relationship and a common goal, and we're making real progress towards that goal together. And I'm very optimistic about how that inspection process will go. It should go just as well as it has during the course of the year, and we're real excited about it.
One thing you said there, and I think people need to realize, I find that there are so many casual fans who maybe don't follow walking horses throughout the year, but I run into them all the time this time of year who ask you questions about this process because they are focused on the celebration because this is a big deal.
It is.
This is a big deal. But you mentioned in talking about the inspections, though, but the industry, your guys, actually inspect all these horses, whether or not the USDA is there or not.
Correct. That's the law.
Right.
That every horse, every Tennessee walking horse must be inspected before it competes, and then every winner must be inspected after it competes. And like I said, just to echo what I said a minute ago, the last 3 years protocols are very almost identical on top of each other and working towards again a common goal of 100% compliant horse and the welfare of the horse being paramount. Yes, very thorough process, the most thoroughly inspected or monitored breed in the entire equine industry, and we're proud of our horses, and we're proud of the inspections they go through, and we're proud of the condition that our horses compete in.
The quantity and quality of the horses that are going to be showing in this year's celebration, I think, are just unbelievable, and that has steadily improved over the last number of years.
Yes, the breeding is incredible. This is an equine athlete, and he continues to impress and improve and almost amaze. I would use the words how talented these horses are athletically, and even with all that talent and that robust energy, still are easy for an amateur to ride. It's a perfect blend of talent and attitude. It's unbelievable. But you know how that saying goes: ride one today, own one tomorrow.
That's right. And you know how that works.
Oh, absolutely. It happened to me.
Yeah, right.
I'm proof.
Right.
But it just is amazing. That's why we encourage people to come out. And this isn't not the thoroughbreds or anything wrong, but thoroughbred race, you stand up, you watch them, but you're nowhere near the horses.
Right.
These people love their horses. They welcome you. They want you to interact with their horses. You're welcome to come down and see them and walk the barns and look at the horses and greet them as they come out after they're competing. Please don't go before they compete, but come out afterwards. It's just a very personal interrelationship with the animal and with people. It's special, and we encourage everybody to come and participate in that interaction.
I see. So we were highlighting on one of our shows some of the what we consider to be big-time contenders this year for a world championship. And I found in one case, and it's horses, and there's probably others, but Miss Joanne Dow, who's shown horses for years, it looks like she's got two contenders in the same division, same class, which I haven't seen happen a lot.
No, they haven't. They have two great horses. I'm Mayhem and Gus Malzahn. He's they're in the A and the B divisions respectively, and I'm sure Rodney Dick will be riding both of them, and I'm sure afterwards, if he decides to show both of them, one the A division, one the B, then he'll have a heck of a decision to make.
He will.
Now, to show back.
There's a possibility that they could actually be competing for the big prize on the last night of the celebration. So, and what does one do in that case? Do you get somebody else to ride the horse?
Yeah, if you're committed to showing them both, you're going to have to. I mean, those trainers are very talented, but I haven't seen one of them ride tandem yet. I haven't seen one of them ride two horses at the same time. But hey, you may have to show up the last Saturday night just to see.
Exactly, and I find that exciting, and I'm sure you do too. There are a lot of other things that we were talking about before we came on that sort of just enhance the experience of the celebration. Talk about some of those things.
Yeah, some special things that are for whether you're you don't have to own a horse.
Right.
You just have to want to come watch the horses and want to socialize and have fun. The first thing is this coming Saturday night is celebration. Hats off to the celebration.
Yeah.
Sponsored by First Community Bank, and where everybody is asked to wear a hat of their choice, dress up a little bit. We have categories. It's no charge to enter for the competition. You just go come and put your name down. We take a picture of you. We have 3 judges, and there's 6 categories that you can win, from women's hat, men's hat, family or group hat, juvenile hat. So everybody can do that, and the winners are picked during the evening, and then they get to make a victory lap in a convertible before the end of the
cool.
And again, you just come and participate. So dress up, have some fun.
Yeah.
And then the last Friday night, which would be August the 30th, is Veterans Night, where we honor each of our current and former veterans or military personnel. Again, you don't have to be involved with the horses. Just come out. You'll be given a free parking. You'll be given 2 free passes, 2 seats to the show, 2 complimentary beverages from the Celebration Beverage Barn, and you'll be able to get in the big ring, the Maverick Arena, and walk the track with others from your branches, your individual branches on it. We recognize our veterans. Again, no charge, you're our guest, and those things are free, and that's the Friday night. Then we also have the Celebration Golf Tournament, Celebration Shootout on the 25th, this coming Sunday at Riverbend Country Club. Unfortunately, we've had to shut down entries. We have 20 teams. For the 3rd year in a row, we've had to shut it down. It's grown.
You like that problem, don't you?
Oh, yeah, it's great. And again, it's a great opportunity for horse. When I talk about the horse community joining up with the local community and everybody getting together, becoming one community. And that's what this part of what the celebration is. It's about fellowship, excitement, getting together, and like the word says, celebrating.
Celebrate,
So
that's
those things are all going on as part of the show, and we welcome you to attend and be part of the show with us.
And you got to realize, folks, and I'm sure you'll agree, Mike, this is a big deal. We're talking about the Tennessee Walking Horse World Grand Championship is happening right here in Bedford County, Tennessee.
Largest horse show in the country.
Right.
Not largest horse event. It's not a racing event. It's the largest, but it's the largest horse show by far. In the country, and the largest agriculture event in Tennessee. There's a lot to be happy about, especially since this is the only horse in the country named after a state.
Okay. I did not know.
State of Tennessee. We're the only ones.
And this is the 81st?
81st edition.
81st. It's going to be an exciting time, folks. And if you live around here, there's no reason why you shouldn't attend. So check it out. The Tennessee Walking Horse World Grand Championship coming up starting Wednesday night.
Wednesday morning.
Right, Wednesday morning.
Tomorrow
That's
morning,
right. Day classes.
Get there early.
That's
Get
right.
there for a full day.
That's right.
Okay.
You can watch Walking Horses from 9 o'clock in the morning until about 10 o'clock that night
At
if
least.
you want to.
Yeah, at least.
Mike, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
by,
much.
and good luck
Appreciate you
with this
having
year's
me.
celebration.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll be right back with more living following these announcements.
Clayton has been Tullahoma's family shoe store for over 100 years with a reputation for fashion and personal service. and the tradition continues today. Stop by Clayton and see our large selection of fine shoes.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Don't stop believing, Tullahoma. Faithfully, Tullahoma Parks and Rec is excited to welcome back Journey Resurrection, a Journey tribute band that will perform free for the public Friday, September the 6th at Fraser McEwen Park at 7 p.m. The wheel in the sky will keep on turning, so bring your chairs and blankets. Cold drinks and food will be on hand, and you can have it any way you want it. We'll see you there, rain or shine. Resurrection, a Journey tribute band in Tullahoma. Friday, September 6th at Fraser McEwen Park.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC in Winchester. Select Silverados will receive supplier pricing and $6,500 in rebates. Only at Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC on the bypass in Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Hello everyone, I'm John Rickman and this is Pat Welch, and John, we're here today for segment 46. Marching right toward 50. We're marching on. Pat, you know, I play with a little group called Us Two and Him, and I guess that we're most noted for outhouses more than anything else.
That's, some would say that's unfortunate, but that is true, John.
Some people, but no one else has tried to corner that market than us. So.
Oh, and you've got a real good fix on it right now.
Oh, I'm proud to live in Coffee County. Those other counties can't compare with us. But I must repeat what's been happening in our county seat. My gosh, it's really causing quite a fuss. Whoa, the interstate is coming through my outhouse. They tell me I'm on their right of way. I'll sell today and I'll get rich, but my path will end at the highway ditch. I'm making my last visit there today. Granny says to cancel Sears and Roebuck. Tell Uncle Joe to hurry up the door. With all this progress coming, we'll change to inside plumbing and shorten up our early morning stroll. Whoa, Uncle Bill has got a case of miseries. Hiking to that outhouse makes him tired. But he'll be a-getting better. He'll be an inside setter when they install that cesspool in the yard. Whoa, the interstate is a-coming through my outhouse. They tell me I'm on their right of way. I'll sell today and I'll get rich, but my path will end at the highway ditch. I'm making my last visit there today. Somebody out at ADC probably did this. Them engineers made 47 surveys. They said to put it there and that was that. They'll bring a big steamroller and flatten my two-holer, but I'll keep right on voting Democrat. Whoa, someday when I am old and tired and weary, some moonlit night I'll wake up feeling strange. I'll finish up my bath and stroll down my old path and wake up in a great big interchange. 'Cause the interstate is a-coming through my outhouse. They tell me I'm on their right of way. I'll sell today and I'll get rich, but my path will end at the highway ditch. I'm making my last visit there today. Oh yes, I'm making my last visit there today. Woo, laws, it must.
That was magnificent, John.
Well, that's what we cut our teeth on.
Yes, sir.
Is those
Outhouses.
kind of songs,
Yeah.
and about chewing tobacco, about
Being level-headed.
level-headed,
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing.
You know, I've told you a lot of times, I think my favorite song of yours is the one about the gentleman that continued to go to church and sit on the front row even though he couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, he just wanted to know.
But
wanted everybody
I think my favorite line of any song was the steamroller going over my two-holer.
Of course, a steamroller was several years ago.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But it's still.
It still went over plenty of two-holers,
That's right.
I imagine.
That's right, sure.
Well, let's see, John. That got a little bit of a segue in what we thought we were going to talk about today. We thought we'd talk a little bit today about one and maybe two long-time high school coaches in Middle Tennessee. And it seems like in 40, 50 years ago, tenure of high school coaches lasted a little bit longer. Now a lot of places are changing them over every 2 or 3 years, whether they really need to or not. And that lets us remember how fortunate we are to have Coach Olive for as long as we've had. But one, Jim Cartwright was of Columbia Central in the Maury County system, and I believe he was from Nashville and went to DuPont, old DuPont, and some people get him confused with a Jim Cartwright that played at UT, but this one that went to DuPont played at, I believe, somewhere out west, Wyoming or something. Anyway, went to service, came home after the Korean War, and became head coach at Columbia in 1958, and he coached till '83. He had a long tenure and real successful tenure. And he had some of these rural roots, like these gentlemen that were about to lose their two-holer in your song. But he was a character, and I knew him a little bit when I was coaching at BGA, but he was a really nice guy and share anything with you. And he loved to loved school enough to where he liked to go to school, and he could only go to graduate school at MTSU in the summers for the one half of the summer school year, because in the second half he'd already be having coaching responsibilities. But he went every year, and he went long enough to where he got a doctorate. So that means he's going for 20, 25 years before he'd have enough classes.
To me, he didn't seem like a doctor.
No. And I was with him one day when somebody came up to him and said, "Jim, why in the world do you want to have a doctorate? What good's that going to do for you?" Because he would tell you to his face he didn't want to go into administration. He just wanted to be athletic director and football coach. And he said, "Well, that's easy." He said, "The people of Columbia have been saying for a long time." He said, I can hear them. He said, "They're saying we need to get rid of that blankety-blank, big-nosed Cartwright." And he said, what I want them to do from now on, after this summer's over with, I've got that doctorate, they're going to have to say, we need to get rid of that blankety-blank, big-nosed Dr. Cartwright. But I can give you a couple of his great stories.
Pat, and let me, I knew him too, and in the student union there at MTSU, he would have a flock of people all around him. He'd be telling stories, and these people would just be,
John, they'd be young 25-year-old assistants from, that's my point. It'd be 25-year-olds coaching at some place like Culleoka or something, and they'd be his instructors. Yeah. Would also be sitting at the table, and they're taking notes, look like Weed Hopper taking notes at Confucius's lap there. It was incredible. But he went on, first half of every summer session from the late 50s all the way in the mid 80s, he was there, and he was a legend now, I'm telling you. But I think one of my favorite stories on him is one night he had a new kicker, long kicker for kickoffs. And the guy was a little bit more carefree than Coach Cartwright would have cared to really have normally. And they had this on film, supposedly. Now, I did not see the film, so I can't attest to it, but I know that there's several that claim they saw it. This guy, on the opening kickoff, he starts up to the ball, and he whiffed it. And after he took about 2 steps past the whiff, he just kept on jogging straight about 5 yards, and then he came back around and looped around, and everybody just kind of looked like, what's going to happen now? And he made another run at it and whiffed it the second time. And he just casually went on past and fish hooked back and came back around, went to the ball, picked it up and threw it. Picked it up and threw it downfield. And Coach Cartwright soon got, after flags were going everywhere, of course, he went and got him another kicker. And then they end up getting beat. So Coach Cartwright is really distressed. He gets on the bus late, and the guy's in the middle of the bus, and he said all quarterbacks report to a little extra passing duty tomorrow morning at 10:30 in the morning. And I don't know whether he had to walk home or whether he actually got to ride, but that did not go over real well with Coach Cartwright. We're getting the signal, John, that it's time to quit, so we may have to go to another coach later. But I want to finish with his obituary. He wrote his obituary, and the last sentence, and it was really well done, but the last sentence said he was married for 52 years to a lady who tied with his mother as the 2 greatest women in the history of American civilization. And I'll tell you, from knowing Coach Cartwright, if he stayed with her for 52 years, she was a great American. and John, that finishes us segment 46.
It was great.
I hope we have some more if management let us come back.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The wait is finally over. The all-new redesigned Ford Ranger is back at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma. Stop and test drive one today at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma on Highway 55, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game.
The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I'm glad to have one of the young Turks that I know that's roaming around here, Mr. Johnny Hill. And Johnny's here today to talk about the Lynchburg Music Fest that's taking place this Friday.
That's right.
And this Saturday in Moore County. I would say Lynchburg, but this thing is probably going to take a whole county to pull it off, isn't it?
It's going to take a lot of it for sure. Absolutely.
How's things going?
Things are good.
Working.
Things are busy right now. We've got a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces. Got a lot of people coming to Lynchburg. I think we may be looking at a sellout crowd for a first year, and it's pretty remarkable.
And sellout to you is about 20,000, maybe.
Yeah.
It's
incredible. It's been fun to watch. I guess all the support from the community, from the surrounding counties. It takes a lot more in Lynchburg to pull something like this off. All the artists we got involved, vendors, nonprofits, the workers. It's been incredible to see how everything comes together to make something like this happen. But when you get that many people coming together on something this exciting, how big it can get.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
So I guess one of the issues, I mean, people will still be able to come and buy a ticket.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you'll still be able to buy tickets. Yeah, the day of, we look for a lot of walk-ups to come as well. Yeah, so the day of, we'll have multiple points of sale. We're selling right now at all the First Vision Bank locations, Craig and Wheeler in Shelbyville, and then also in Lynchburg at the distillery, Jack Daniels on the square. Yeah, but the day of, you'll be able to still buy tickets at all those locations and at box office. So.
Okay, so there'll be a box office there. Now, bringing that to bear, if someone doesn't have a ticket, parking is going to be, because Jack Daniels is still in operation.
Absolutely.
They're having their tours, and they'll be using all of their parking locations. So if somebody was wanting to head that way, give us a clue. You're going to have some parking, I think, maybe at Motlow?
Yeah, in Motlow State Community College for northbound traffic. Everybody come from the north side. Yeah, there'll be free shuttles from there. You'll park there. We'll show you in. I think we got about 2,500 parking spots there. On the south side of town, we have right where all the new the barrel houses are. We have about 35-acre field for parking, and then Jack Daniels has allowed us to open up their brand new overflow. They got a field that can park a few thousand cars in as well. So we got a lot of different areas too. There'll be a lot of local people parking, people in their yards on their small pieces of property and stuff. So
I guess as looking at it, like if I'm coming and I'm going in there, are you going to have kind of people, marshals or people that have staff that goes, hey, here's, hey, buddy, where can I park? Oh, yeah, well, you can go over here, you can go over there, you'll have plenty of people.
Yeah, we'll have everything indicated
guides,
pretty much where to go.
I guess, that are help guide people around.
Absolutely. We'll have guides, we'll have people, indicating where to go, helping you actually park, like it'll be very, very visible. We'll have stuff coming off the main roads.
A lot of security, I'm sure,
A lot of security.
As well.
We have, I think, over 100 between local law enforcement, state agencies, and also private security event staff, working the event. Yeah, so we're going to make sure security is a top priority. We've got FBI, TBI, THP.
Every kind of eye
anything you think of, we have from a sense of safety. Security is a big deal. Inside the event, we have CSC working. They do all the downtown Nashville events and stuff. We have about 40 of those guys and ladies coming down. So
good.
Yeah.
So first class deal. What about sound and lights and staging?
Oh, yeah.
And all of that. Now I know you, and I know what kind of guy you are. I imagine it's top of the line.
It is. We've got we brought one of the best, actually a local guy, Myers Production. They're actually DJs out of the CEO of the company's out of Shelbyville. They do music festivals all over. When I say they do them all over, it might be Bonnaroo to Rock the South. You name the festival, they've worked it. And from a lighting, sound, production, aspect, these guys are the best in the business. Yeah.
So you're excited about that?
Yeah, we're super excited about it.
You have a lot of local acts coming in, but we don't have time to list all of them. Could probably knowing how local people are, you probably miss one, and that's all you'll hear for the next year is you didn't call my name. What about Peggy Burton taught me that if you can't remember everybody, just thank them all as a group.
That's it. That's a good call.
We thank all of you, but give us your headliners.
Yeah, so we've got on Saturday night, we have Jamie Johnson headlining, and then his direct support would be Montgomery Gentry, and Ray Lynn, David Lee Murphy. We've got a Sam Bush on Saturday. On Friday we have
Sam Bush is going to be there.
Sam Bush is going to be there. Becky Buller Band, Kenny Amanda Smith. Yeah, we've got a pretty stacked lineup.
Now, are they on Saturday?
They're on Saturday.
Buller,
yeah.
Kenny and Amanda.
Yeah, that's all Saturday. Aaron Enderlin on Friday. We have Easton Corbin headlining with the direct support from Joe Diffie. That's a name kind of recognizable.
Joe Diffie.
He's a personal favorite of mine. I like him. He's
the
a good
devil
one.
Danced in empty pockets, baby.
He's good. Cassidy Pope, Keith Anderson, Craig Campbell, and a lot more. Those are some of the bigger acts. Yeah.
So, this is great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I think we're gonna get some sleep.
Sure?
We're gonna get some sleep when this is over for sure. Some long days, and my team's been working really hard on getting everything together, making sure this thing's.
I bet you've had a whole month solid.
It has been months. Yeah, and the last month, it's been a big blur, but I think we're gonna have us a good time.
Well, and I know a lot of people. I know it's confusing to a lot of people. This is the first time. I know there's a lot of information that you try to get out there that you can't get out there
Yeah.
because you can't get people, and I'm sure your phone's blown up a million
time.
times.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Yeah.
no way you can answer all your personal emails, so
Yeah.
you
Have to
do like
delegate.
most
Yeah.
managers, good managers do. You find somebody to take care of it.
Power of delegation.
The first time you do something,
Yeah.
it's never perfect.
That's absolutely the
It's
truth.
a learning experience, but you can either have a good learning experience, which means people who come to the experience have a good experience.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or a bad learning experience, which is a mess,
Yep.
and I just don't see this as being a mess.
Yeah, I think we've been pulling a lot of hours and stuff, and yeah, first year you do anything, especially this caliber, this thing got big fast, right? It's all about building experience. You're right, and that's about wanting to come back in the year 2 and the year 3, and then so on and so forth. But yeah, so this year we've spent the last month making sure all the little details as far as the experience once people arrive there, what it's going to be like,
Right,
And so
right.
yeah, I think everybody's going to be impressed. I'm excited and proud to be where we're at with
Yeah.
it. So yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it.
And I know you've got things to do. He's like a flea in hot
That's
ashes.
it. Flea in hot
right
ashes, yeah,
now.
like a human pinball right machine. That's it.
Congratulations,
We appreciate
young
it.
man, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to seeing you afterwards.
After it's
for,
over.
for a report and maybe
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe a cheeseburger and a cold beer.
That's it.
On a boat somewhere.
That's it. That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. Well, I appreciate
Johnny
it.
Hill.
Yep. Thanks
we'll
for having
be
me.
right back.
Yep.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Maiden. And we would like to welcome you to
Roosterwear.
Yes, Roosterwear is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Roosterwear specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Roosterwear.
come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com.
to find our handcrafted designs for
The cock of the walk.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we did a little country show at South Jackson here a week ago, and I was honored to be able to ask to do a song or two, and here's one of my songs. I believe we're going to do Powerball.
Yeah, y'all ready for this? I don't know if I am. Songwriter, tough deal. There comes my man right there. Jimmy Young. Nashville, Tennessee cat. My songwriting buddy, I have a songwriting buddy that I've written many songs with. His name's Tim Daly. And he plays Tootsie's, another one of those clubs. Plays from 10 to 2 every day, either downtown in Nashville or out at Tootsie's at the airport. And, you know, co-writing is not an easy thing to do. First thing you have to do is leave your attitude at the door. And I've written with some people that I swore I'd never go into the room with ever again because they were jerks. And I'm sure some of them thought I probably was too. But Tim and I just seem to hit it off, and we'll send each other crazy stuff and we end up with something. So he called me one day and he said, we need to write a song about Powerball. There's no Powerball song out there. And I said, well, that sounds like a pretty good idea. And then I got to thinking, how's this thing going to go? Well, my brother Jerry's sitting down there, and our dad was born and raised on a rice farm in South Louisiana. And Uncle Clark is a farmer. And you know how these farmers are, they wear those little onesie things. You know, they got a zipper in the front, they got a buckle that buckles right here, that's a belt, and in the back, it's just elastic. And they're all the same color, they're either light green, light blue, light tan, or seersucker. All of them. And in the morning, when they get up, the first thing they do is go to the truck stop and get them some coffee and talk with the other buddies about where they're plowing and planting and whatever they're doing all day, and buy their lottery ticket. So that's where this song came from. Powerball. Like clockwork, when the sun comes up, it's the same old routine. He's off to the truck stop for some oil and gasoline. Coffee and a biscuit, he throws down 2 extra bucks. He says, hey, Paul, pick the numbers that'll change my riding level. Five little numbers in his pocket, damn with sweat. Not forgotten, just ignore it, 'cause the head ain't up in the barn dog yet. Numbers that could change his life, but he probably won't change at all. It's called it fun at a million and one. Son, it's the Powerball. He got a single wide trailer. He lives within his means on a 100-acre cursed rock farm, trying to raise hell of anything. He got a 42 farm-all tractor that nickels and dimes to the dead, and he cusses that nose-starting son of a bitch till he runs from out of breath. But that night his 5 little numbers showed up on the TV screen. He jumped out of his easy chair, spilled his plate of cold chicken and beans. 5 numbers that could change his life, but they probably won't change at all. Yes, I call it fun at a million to one. Son, it's the Powerball. He won't leave his trailer, he wouldn't live any other way. Yet he's still parked in his single wide, but it's parked on Montego Bay. Numbers that could change his life, but it didn't change much at all. Yet they call it fun at a million to one. Son, it's the Powerball. Oh yeah, wasn't it fun? He was the million to one. He won the Powerball. Oh, that's the Powerball song. Here's the whole band.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. We're having a Purple Day today, and I'm so blessed to have Fran Gray here from Hospice. How are you?
I'm not from Hospice, Peggy.
Oh, wait, Alzheimer's.
I'm from Alzheimer's, Tennessee.
I know.
I haven't been with Hospice
Why
for years.
Why did I say that? I knew that.
Because I was there a long time.
I know.
And I was with you for over 9 years at South Jackson.
I know. And you'd think I would learn.
Well, I am with Alzheimer's,
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
A memory. Make it a memory.
We are. Well, we're hoping to make Alzheimer's a memory. And so today we are here to talk about our Purple Out Week, which is coming up in September. We have a week that was started by the court clerks of Tennessee. Years ago, they decided to adopt Alzheimer's Tennessee as their charity of choice.
How fabulous.
It is. And so clerks all over the state have initiated a Purple Out Week, and we are thrilled about that, and we want to encourage.
And which week is that?
I'm going to tell you.
I'm sorry.
We are excited because we continually are trying to raise awareness of services and support for families who are affected by Alzheimer's and all the related dementias.
And it gets bigger every year.
There's someone being diagnosed just about every 67 seconds.
Wow.
So we all of us are touched in some way. If it's not our family, it's somebody we know for sure, or ourselves. So September 16th through 20th is Purple Out Week, and on the 16th it's Go Purple, and with that we are encouraging people to decorate their cars or their offices. And today I have brought a purple ribbon. The ribbon itself was donated by the Steversons, who are the new owners of the flower shop, and Janie Pack, the former owner of the flower shop, made this beautiful bow, and we will have these in our office if anybody would like to have one.
And how much are
we
they?
suggest a donation of $5, and this will help. You can put it on your car. It might blow off, but I would suggest you put it on your mailbox or on the door of your office.
I think it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And we have mixed orange in because we are Alzheimer's Tennessee. And the purple, of course, is the color which represents Alzheimer's, and orange for Tennessee.
It's beautiful.
And so we are very happy and grateful to the Steversons and to Janie, and her sister Julie is also going to be tying some bows.
They'll be at your office.
Yes, at 207 North Jackson Street. We hope to have a lot of them ready for Purple Out Week. we are proud to be part of the state of Tennessee, and everything that we raise stays in Tennessee.
That's the beauty of it,
yes.
Honestly, because so many charities, they're going all over the place. Well, this is for our people.
That's right. And that's why Alzheimer's Tennessee came into being, because they wanted to serve people in Tennessee. So we do. We have 6 offices now across the state, and we are just very honored to care for people and educate people about Alzheimer's and the other dementias. Our office here in Tullahoma serves all of South Central Tennessee. So I'm on the road and in the office. You're very busy,
I know.
I really enjoy it, though. It's fun to meet people and to try to find out how we can help support them and meet their needs. Now, on Tuesday, it's Purple Memory Day. And on that day, which is September 17th, we pay tribute to a loved one. We can do that by remembering them. People could make a donation if they wanted to. But another really good way is to reach out to someone who is caregiving and support them in whatever way. If it's just to be a shoulder to lean on, if it's offering to take care of their loved ones so they can have some time out.
Get groceries,
right,
whatever.
Get groceries, take a nap, take a walk, just something to break up their day and their caregiving time. There are so many caregivers who become ill themselves or burn out.
Because they give every moment of their day and night.
Of their energy.
It's true.
They're all, and so they need a break. And in fact, we recommend at least 8 hours a week to be off and away by themselves, if possible. And so that's something else that we would be happy to talk with people about. And then Wednesday, September 18th, is Eat Purple and Play Purple.
Well,
and I was talking to John. He said, what are we going to eat? Well, we could
have a beet salad.
We could have a beet salad, yes.
Purple
it's
onions,
so good for you. Purple
which are
onions.
always good for you.
Grapes are good.
Oh, grapes are wonderful.
Blueberries are one of the best fruits you can
that
eat.
You can eat.
They're antioxidants, and they're good for your brain.
That's a cool idea, to eat only purple.
You can eat other things, but emphasize the purple.
Well,
get
if
some
you ate
plums.
only purple, you could take a couple of pounds off like that.
Well, yeah.
That would be a great little short diet.
Right. The cabbage, you can get purple cabbage. That's good for you.
more purple than people think about.
Yeah, so there's a lot of purple.
Plums.
And then play purple. In other words, take that day to play a memory game. Candy and I used to get out cards and put them on the bed, the match game, and then turn over and try to remember.
Where it was, which is good for your memory.
It is good. You have to really focus, and any games you can play to get the old gray matter going is helpful. So we encourage that. And then Thursday, the 19th, is Sock Out Alzheimer's Day.
Oh, Sock Out. You got to have purple socks.
And we have several models, but these are this year's purple socks. They're clean. These are mine, and if you can get a good shot of them, it has the TriStar, the orange with the 3 stars of Tennessee on them. And we ask everybody to wear these. They can buy these online or at our office at 207 North Jackson, and then take a picture of yourself. Do a selfie of your feet. And by the way, check out my new purple shoes.
Oh, yeah, you got purple shoes. I love it.
But you wear these and do a selfie and put it on your Facebook.
I love
it. Show your support of people who are either affected or their families are affected by Alzheimer's. Yes. And last but not least, you can order a Purple Out shirt. This is this year's Purple Out shirt. Looks like a car tag, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And you can get one of these, again, online at alzheimerstennessee.org and order that. And we're just really excited to have this cute shirt. We also have some short-sleeved ones that are gray with the purple tag on it. So those are 5 ways, and I'm sure
that's wonderful.
We have a lot of creative people.
And it starts on the 16th of September and goes that week.
16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. And just come up with ways that you can support. If you happen to have business in your court clerk's office, you can go in there. They will have a can that says Make Change, and you can drop some change in there. You can pick up brochures. We do have 2 support groups that are running every month. month. We had a meeting yesterday. It's the third Monday of every month at Morning Point, and your loved one who has dementia can go into the Lantern, and we're all treated to lunch. And
That's
then we have an
wonderful.
evening group for those who are working and cannot get away during the day, and that is on the first Thursday of the month at our office. So if you have any questions, please call us at 434-2348.
I'll tell you what, Fran Gray has the answers. If you got a question, go there, call
I will
anytime.
look for the answer.
Oh, what are your hours? Just
Well, they vary, so
They vary.
just call us and we will call you back.
Thanks, Fran.
Thank you.
I love it that you do what you do.
You too.
We'll be back.
Laugh more.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Hey, camera ladies, good morning. It's so good to be back, and thank you for putting a good, colorful, contrasty picture on the screen for our viewers, and thank you, John, for that introduction. I missed being here for a couple of weeks. I'm feeling good, and had a wonderful response from people asking about things that have happened and traditions and people and places back through the years. And you know, we've mentioned several times, and will a lot more in the future, about railroading in Tullahoma, since Tullahoma is and has been a railroad town for 150 years. And the city fathers are planning a sesquicentennial in October of 2002, and the planning meetings already, and I'm sure the railroad will be much involved one way or another in this program that's coming up to celebrate Tullahoma's 150th year. Now, one person asked me recently, or more than one, but one in particular asked me, he said, did they have a shop here in Tullahoma to repair box cars and engines? And I said, yes, when I was a little boy back in the late 20s and early 30s, there was a place down on South Atlantic Street called the Engine Pit. And the switch engine that switched all the railroad box cars and all the rolling stock around in Tullahoma and up toward Manchester was housed and parked at the Engine Pit. Now, the Engine Pit no longer exists, but where was it? It was on South Atlantic Street, about a block and a half beyond the Builder Supply Company that was there then, and is still there. They've been doing big business for many, many years there, and it's between the Atlantic Street and the railroad, just beyond the Veterans Viaduct on South Atlantic Street. Now, what was the engine pit? Well, it was the place where they parked and serviced the locomotives, and of course they were big steam locomotives back then. I don't remember, they never serviced any diesel locomotives, because all of the diesel locomotives replaced the steam locomotives on the entire Nashville, Chattanooga, the St. Louis Railroad, and the L&N Railroad in 1958. But up until that time, they did service the steam locomotives at the engine pit. What did they do to them? Well, they cleaned out the boilers, and they put coal in it. They had a big coal pile where they put coal in the coal tender every day. They had a big wooden water tower, water tank there that they provided water for the locomotives. And for their office and tool shop, they had converted two wooden passenger coaches that took the wheels off of them, and they were just sitting on the ground there, and one of them was the office, and I think probably they had some bunks in there for some of the railroad workers that maybe lived out of town, but they worked here in Tullahoma, and they did a big job in keeping the locomotives in particular. Now, there were three gentlemen that come to mind that worked there for many years, Mr. Pitts, and Mr. Stevens, and Mr. Titsworth. They all worked at the engine pit, and some of them were known as car knockers. Well, what's a car knocker? Car knocker's a fellow that had a little mallet like a ball-peen hammer, and he would raise the little cover on the axles on the end of box cars to see that they had plenty of oil in them so they would run smooth. And they had wadding in there that was filled with oil. And those car knockers would make sure that there was plenty of oil for the axles to run smooth. The other parts of the engine pit, they had spare parts there, and they cleaned the windshields on the locomotives and kept the boilers going and made sure that all of them were working properly. And, you know, up in the north end of Tullahoma, there was a place in front of what is now Reader Law Office on the second block of North Atlantic Street. There was a great big, and I say big, flat concrete at an angle about 80 to 90 feet in circumference. It had a railroad track right in the middle of it. And what was that for? That was to turn the locomotives around. If they needed to be turned around, they'd drive the locomotives up on this big 80-foot concrete pad, and the brakeman would get out, and he would take a huge wrench that was geared and would turn that locomotive all the way around. It'd take about 15, 20 minutes to turn it all the way around. So that was an important part, too. All of that track is gone now because the branch doesn't take the passenger train and service that they had for so many years. And, of course, that's another story. And this is not the end of the story because there's a whole lot more to come, and we'll be looking forward to sharing it with you next time. Thank you, and have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the Paint Works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat, you know? They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paint Works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paint Works today. Martin Senior. See? Martin Senior. Right there. Martin Senior at the Paint Works. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Oh, we're back.
We're back. So is this the closing?
Yes.
All right. Well, I thought we were going to see Par-Mart. Are we going to see Par-Mart after closing?
I just love this thing about Alzheimer's from September 16th through that week.
Yeah.
We got to wear purple. Help me
Purple.
remember.
It's purple out time.
We really need to do that.
And
such great ideas.
And so just all kinds of good stuff going on. I mean, a walking horse celebration has started.
Lynchburg's big
Hey,
festival.
let me tell you something I want to do right now.
All right.
Fran and I came home the other night and a big old tree limb was laying on top of our house.
Bummer.
Yeah, bummer. And I called Mark Brown, you know, and Brown's
Stump and Tree.
Tree and Stump and Tree. Great sponsor on our country show, has been for years. Their commercials always hilarious. And, you know, Mark was on the other side of Fayetteville or somewhere, and by yesterday afternoon, he had people in our yard, and they were getting that, by dark, they had that limb off.
Cleaned
and it was
up
a big
and
limb. Well,
gone.
no, it was still, it was a pretty good
do.
sized limb, half a tree. And Fran just told me that I left before they got there this morning. They've already got it all cleaned up and gone. And
That's the beauty of them. They clean up everything. I mean, you can't tell they've even been there hardly. They clean it up. And I love that.
I just want to give a big shout out to Mark Brown and thank you for, number one, the friendship that he's shown all of us for years by sponsoring different things in the community. But you know, a lot of people don't realize, used to when you had a tree problem, you know, somebody with a chainsaw come over, saw it up. You know, those people have to have massive amounts of insurance now.
Oh, yeah.
They have to have heavy equipment to do their job. They have to be sure their men are tied off and safe. You know, it's not an inexpensive thing to be in that business.
No, it's not. Absolutely
And
not.
I just want to give Mark a thank you, and we appreciate you, buddy. And what we're going to do right now, speaking about the country show, is we're going to show you a commercial from years ago.
Oh, really?
When I was Parson Martin doing a commercial for Par-Mart in Manchester.
Oh, that commercial.
Yeah.
Great.
So we'll see you next time.
And now for Par-Mart, a word from Parson Martin.
I tell you what, brothers and sisters, this evening we're going to have a message. And the message is going to be something that's on all of our minds. The way this world is today, we run around half crazy, not knowing where we're going. We're picking this one up, we're letting that one off. If there's one thing in this world we need, what is it? One thing in this world we need: convenience. Yeah. What did I say? Convenience. And when I talk about convenience, one thing pops into my mind, one name, and that is Par-Mart. Yes. Now, brothers out there, you know as well as I do, there is no convenient place to have gas. But there is a convenient place to get gas. That's Par-Mart. Yes. Little brothers and sisters out there, I can tell by the way you're squirming. I know that you have brand new shoes on this Sunday. Yes, your heels hurt. Your toes are squeezing. What you want more than anything else is to get out of this building and find you some convenience. Yeah. You want to go to Par-Mart. You want to go to the beauty and aids department. You want to find those Band-Aids, those ointments, those creams that'll make those little feet feel so good. Convenience. Par-Mart. Yes. Mama, I know that you probably forgot, some of you. Some of you forgot the baptizing at the river and the luncheon on the ground. Well, if you did, where do you need to go to where you don't show up empty-handed at the river? You go to Par-Mart. You can find bread. You can find meat. You can find cheese. You can find condiments. Yes. Par-Mart. Convenience. Par-Mart.